Alright, so here we are walking through the front entrance of Scott Base. Now, this was more of a test of the new DJI Osmo 4 as well, so it's a lot of low light. This is the engineer's smoko room, where they do a Fuff Friday. And we're just walking into the mechanics bay here. This is where they fix all the vehicles on Scott Base. That's a piston bully with the tracks off. And we're just going to walk into where they keep all the bolts, hardware. Now, walking up here is just more storage. Now the whole idea of this video was to, again, test the DJI as well, show you around Scott Base. So I just had a head mount. And we're just looking down into the coal porch there. So settings for this one was FOV was wide. And here I was just trying to connect to the Mimo app, which is really unreliable actually. It worked yesterday, but I just could not get it working this morning. One way I did fix it was to change to 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi signal, which did work yesterday, but for some reason didn't work. This is the welding bay. And then we're just walking into where they store the batteries here. So yeah, that's all the main batteries for the vehicles and various other things, charging station essentially. And then there's just more storage, fuel storage and other equipment. So yeah, settings on the Osmo, FOV was on wide. I had the EIS priority, which helps with low light. And then I adjusted the custom settings to have more sharpness and more noise reduction, but I don't think it works when the low light image quality is on auto, so still testing it, and it was 4K 25. There is a couple of other settings on the Osmo which are quite interesting. So you can have super wide as well. This is just on normal wide, but on super wide you don't have the capability to do low light enhancement, so this is the one I wanted to use just to get a good idea of how much noise we'll get in low light, and to be honest, really impressive. Nice wide angle, good stabilization, and this is just on Rocksteady. It's not on Rocksteady Plus or horizon leveling, so this is kind of the widest angle you can get with nice light performance, low light performance. And this is just one of the Haglunds looking in here. That's got a broken water pump, so that's got a bit of fixing. Yeah, it's quite a big area, and it's we're just getting into the HFC now, the Hillary Field Center. This is where the science labs are and all the stuff for the field trainers, tents and all that kind of stuff. And on the right here is just the backup equipment for the firefighting and a few ropes and whatnot. Yeah, so we're just going through the linkway here, and then we're going to hook into the coal porch. Oh, warm porch, but this is where they do all SBR construction, some tools and a lot of waste processing. See that compactor there, that blue machine. And then up this ladder is just kind of an overview of the room. Mainly access to the, whatever that is there, vantage. Yeah, see there's a couple of water tanks in there as well. But yeah, there's a lot of areas which I'm not really too familiar with, but we know the basics. And then we're just going to go through to the labs on the ground floor. So last winter they had AHT in there doing all the refurbishment of the artifacts from the old huts, but this season it's been completely empty apart from a couple of small experiments. The latest one was the Sims probe we put out on the sea ice, and that was just to measure something to do with the ice thickness, snow. And yeah, as you can see, when there's no light at all, it's really not picking up anything. So you do ideally need some sort of light, but I really want to test the low light quality of the DJI. This is the P lab where we process all the waste from the field. All the urine and the feces has to get brought back. It can't be left on the mainland. And this is the gym. Quite a good space for everyone to do their workouts. And that's just the poo buckets. And then yeah, this is just a kind of a area where science usually accumulate all the gear, and we have a bit of food storage and beer storage here as well, alcohol storage. It's all a bit of a mess, but it is organised chaos, I think, is the best way to describe it. And that dome you're seeing back there, that was a dome for the Starlink, but we already have one operational, which is excellent. And then yeah, this is the kind of main lobby of the HFC. In the summer this is quite a busy little spot with all the cargo coming in and out from the flights. And then that's the primary fire system there with 2 water tanks. Primary fire pump. All inside, so all heated, all not to get frozen. Yeah, you can see the quality is quite good though, considering the size of the camera. And this is the kind of warm porch where we keep the vehicles and the forklifts, and we get trucks and stuff in here as well. And they're the Toyota Land Cruisers we use for travel between here and McMurdo, which is just a 2-mile road across the way. Very good machines. And they've got Webasto heaters attached to them, which heats up the coolant. So even when you're idling, you can still keep the coolant warm. Yeah, just looking outside here. Not much to see. It's still quite dark at night, obviously. It's been 24/7 darkness for a while, but now it's light during the day. So I was hoping to give you an outside tour when it's actually, you know, midday, because this is still quite early in the morning, 5 o'clock. This is the briefing area for a lot of the field work. And then under here is just where we keep all our skis and outdoor gears. Busy little place in summer, but in winter, ghost town. And we're just going upstairs in the HFC. It's a good hangout place for people to get away from the bar and have their own little space. This is just the AFT briefing room where we used to play Halo in summer. Quite a good space. Yeah, I was just making sure the camera was pointing the right way. It's quite tricky because the Osmo app would have been great because I could have built to live feed from the head cam. It's just a power room. It's a burner, boiler. If you're a power engineer, you'll be in there a lot. Yeah, coming around. So, field kitchen room where we get supplies before we go to the field. And then this drying room in here is where they dry all the tents and sleeping bags out after they go in the field and maintenance. So when the stuff gets frozen out in the field and then comes back and it gets all wet, so you need to dry it out properly before you store it. Yeah, this is the upstairs tent prep area, so all the tents get fixed and stored up here, sleeping bags, all the stuff you need to go in the field. And there's a climbing wall there as well, bouldering wall, a little bit dark. And then 2 white doors there on the left were it's just an elevator, a cargo elevator. And then this is an office / computer room where people come usually just to use the computers during summer. And then this is just another briefing room / smoker room for the new contractors coming down. And so yeah, we're just heading back down to that same linkway that came up. It's quite a big space, HFC. It's a nice area to go and hang out. But in summer, very busy. A lot of stuff going on in there. All the flight ops and stuff go in and out through there, so It's quite interesting. And this linkway we're about to walk through here, this was built after the mechanics bay there, so there was that green wall on the left used to be an exterior wall, but now obviously it's encapsulated by this linkway. It's quite a useful route to get around the mechanics bay, especially in summer when there's a lot going on. You don't want to be walking through the workshop. So yeah, we'll just mooch you on down towards the carp shop, so we'll take a left here and go back towards the locker room. The locker room's just on the left here where we started, and that'll be the first room you come in when you arrive at Scott Base, the locker room, and then you'll get briefed and dump your warm weather gears and do a little tour. So this is the carpenter shop. You get a lot of projects done in here over winter, and it's a pretty cool place. I'm just looking outside towards the hitching rail here. So in summer they're all parked up, that's where we keep all the vehicles outside, and they just get plugged in to keep them warm. It just heats the engine block when you plug it into the front of the vehicle, just to keep it from freezing, essentially. This is the electrician's office. So you'll be, if you're a Sparky, you'll get to know a little bit around here. Power engineer and water engineer live here, and they can monitor all the electronics and air handlers and stuff from them computers, and the wind farm and the generators, all that kind of output, power output, power input, all that kind of stuff. And then coming in here is just a generator and a couple of boilers. Now I'm pretty sure these boilers provide water for the whole base, but don't quote me on that. And yeah, just a few machines there, a drop drill and a lathe. And then these are the new toilets they put in over winter. So that used to be male and female, but now it's all just four toilets for everyone. So a bit of a Scott Base rebuild project. And now we're just walking towards the admin area here on the left. So this is where you'll sign in and out, and the shop there is just on the right. Yeah, so this is every time you leave Scott Base, come back, you have to sign in and out just to keep track of personnel and make sure everyone's, accounted for if there's a fire. This is the communications office, so if you're a comms operator, that's where you'll be spending most of your day, just doing comms. And then this is the front main entrance, going out to the porch, and looking down there, dead in front is the water intake for the whole base. So there's a little building down there, and I'll show you later in another video the exterior. Yeah, basically there was actually a project this winter. We had to bring the pipe out, so the whole base got out there and brought it in, just because there was a problem with it, and then we fixed it, put it back out. It was interesting. This is just Pram Point, so this is where we do most of our Zoom meetings with the Christchurch. And then walking through here back towards we'll go into the engineering kind of pump house thing here. Another generator room. A lot of random rooms around. I'd love to describe them more to you, but I'm a chef, so too familiar. This is just there's two generators in here, and then another monitoring / plant room in here for the power. And going back here is water processing. So this is quite dark, but there's a new RO plant back here. This is it here. Looks like a submarine, doesn't it? So that's a new RO plant, so it's the reverse osmosis treatment plant, so that's where all the seawater comes in and gets processed to fresh water and then pumped back out to the base for all our water needs. They're the two generators there. That's just the exterior exit. Looking back to the HFC there, them garage doors is that big porch I was talking to you when you took a left when we went in there. We're just going through here to the power converter, high voltage. I just had a little look at this ladder to show you the top. So that's looking towards the accommodation on the left there. this is one of the big power converters, so we don't usually have to come in here, but we are allowed to come in here just to check, make sure all the doors are closed. If you're an electrician, this will be, you might be doing checks and stuff. High voltage stuff. Yeah, we don't usually have to come in here at all. It's just to check the doors are closed, essentially. But yeah, really happy with the Osmo. It's got a nice field of view, I think, and you can see quite a lot, and the stabilization's nice. And this is going into the telecoms room here. So telecoms techs, this is be your office. Don't worry about the sleeping bag. It's just one of the guys here has been moving around and trying to sleep in every room, which is pretty entertaining. But he doesn't actually sleep in here. He's got his own room, obviously. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on in there. And then we'll just come in here. This has been a new addition this winter, so the new movie room. Now there's plans to get a bigger TV in there, but it's actually quite a good space. It's pretty much just a container that they retrofitted on the side of the building. And now we're walking up towards the accommodation linkway. And just a quick squeeze in here. This is the engineer's drying room where they keep all the overalls and clean them up. And they're looking out towards the front again. So yeah, there's a few random rooms, not really that interesting, but there is, you know, a lot going on behind the scenes. And a lot of equipment there, because they're just doing work on the water pipe, because that froze during winter, so they're fixing that right now. And we just got the Windfly people in, so there's reinforcements here. So this is the galley, kitchen area, and then this is my workspace, the kitchen. We'll look around, office / pantry, and then out here is just all the food waste bins. A lot of food in there, a lot of memes, and yeah, kitchen, fridge, and inside freezer as well. So plenty of storage, but it's going to be a busy wee summer coming up, so should be okay. I think I'm just going to show you the lounge now. A nice space for chilling out and reading a book. A few books there. There's another library upstairs as well, so plenty of options. And then walking out here, these are just the exterior fridge freezers. So this has been converted to a fridge now. And this is where all our freshies just arrived from the recent plane, so that needs to be processed today. Which is really good news. First time in a couple of months, 3 months. And then this is just a frozen food area. All the meat and vegetables and all that stuff we've been eating over winter. As you can see, there's some chairs there we brought up from the lounge, but usually they live down in the lounge. Because in summer we'll have to bring in more tables and get ready for the masses. And then this is the Tally Flag bar. Pool table, darts. It's quite a good space to hang out. And the photos on the wall there are just from all the previous winters. And again, this has been a recent development, more toilets to replace a storage area there for the upcoming season. And then this is just the medicus room. Walking outside to this exit, we've got a little deck where we usually load bags and all that stuff, and then just a little smoker's hut. And then this linkway up here is leading to an older part of the base, so we'll hook a left here. There's accommodation on the right there, Q hut. So I didn't film in there because there's still people asleep. It's quite early in the morning. And then this is the laundry. So we acquired some new machines this winter, as we had to get rid of the dry room for toilets. So this is all new, this toilet block here. There we go. And then this is where the sauna used to be, but is now being converted to 2 shower units. And outside here, you can see the TAE hut there. That's the oldest part of Scott Base. Historic building, so you can still go in there. It's heated. It's just got artifacts in there you're not allowed to touch. And then yeah, walking through it, there's the wastewater plant's actually that door on the left there. That goes out towards the treatment plant for sewage. And then this is the Half Lab Linkway, walking up towards the Half Lab. And the Half Lab's just being converted or is currently being converted into accommodation, so that's all changed as well. It used to be where the movie room was. And office space as well. So yeah, they definitely limited our kind of chill out spaces, because most of it's been either turned into toilets or accommodation. So if you have been Scott Base before, you'll be familiar with the old layout, but now it's kind of yeah, it's changed a lot into accommodation. There's also more accommodation outside. They're planning on doing 140 people down here next summer, so I think it's going to be a lot different. And this is just the back of the Half Lab here. Unfortunately, it's a bit dark. I think the power's been cut in this area of the base, or lights anyway. But looking out towards there is usually, that's the Hillary Trail. You can't see that right now, but I'll show you in another video. And then the Starlink dish is kind of up on the tower there, just out there. Starlink was a new addition this season, so it's working pretty good. You can get about 10 megabytes per second off personal hardware. Not sure how it's going to run in the summer, so they might limit the bandwidth, but it's pretty good, and you can still, you know, watch stuff and download, listen to music, all that kind of good stuff. It's really quite fast compared to the old system. And then yeah, we're just walking back down here, and then I'll quickly show you into Q Hut. I wasn't going to show you, but above Q Hut is the library and the corral where they keep all the dress up clothes and whatnot. But obviously at night time you don't want to be wandering around because it's right above people's rooms. So this is the Q Hut corridor. I was in the bottom right hand room. I'll just give you a quick squeeze at the accommodation. But yeah, essentially there's 4 beds in here, and obviously it's just me at the moment, but this will be kind of similar accommodation to other parts of the base as well. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it, and it's an interesting walk around, and more of a test of the Osmo as well, just to get a good gauge on the quality and the stabilization and the low light performance. So I'm pretty happy with the Osmo, and looking forward to doing more videos with it. And there is also another video coming up which I'll do shortly, which is the entire base, every single room on the ROV, the little robot thing. So look forward to that, and we will catch you next time.